Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to introduce the use of x++ versus plus x. We know that the two terms both mean increment by 1, but are they the same or in what kinds of conditions they're different? Let's look at one example first. In this example, we have two for loops, but the only difference between them is we have I++ for our first for loop and ++I for our second for loop. But we got the same outputs. They both print out numbers from 0 to 4 with the space between them. Okay, here is our second example. This time we have two print out statements, and the only difference between them is also we use number 1 plus for the first printout statement and plus number 2 for our second printout statement. But we can see that this time our outputs are different. We have 1 for our first output and 2 for our second output. But why? Why we got the same outputs for our first example and different outputs for this example? So here we introduce the concept of one-liner. We know that in Java language, when you finish one complete full statement, you use a semicolon. So we can define one-liner as a statement between two semicolons. So in our I++ or ++I condition, we can see that when I++ or ++I is a one-liner, they are the same. So we can move our I++ or ++I statement from this parentheses to the end of the for loop. And these two programs, they have the same outputs. However, for our second example, we can see that now our increment part is not one-liner anymore. It's combined with this print out statement. So for example, for this line, Java reads your program as, okay, system.out.println. Okay, I need to print. But okay, now number 1. What is a number 1? It's 1. So it prints out 1 and then it increments. So after this whole statement, after this print out statement, we got number 1 is also 2. But when we print out it sees number 1 first. So it will print out this 1 before the increment. However, for the second printout statement, it sees increment first. So it will increment a value in number 2 first. So now we got the new value of number 2, which is 2 instead of 1. And then we print it out. So let's make a summary. When x++ or ++x is one-liner, they're the same. You can choose any of them to use. However, when the increment part is combined with any other statements, it's not one-liner anymore. It's a combination statement. So they are different in this kind of condition. X++ means we use the old x value first, and then we increment that. However, the ++x means we will increment the x first, and we will use the new value in x.